everyone, it's Don with Don's Field of Dreams Cards. Heading to Strongsville. Just recently crossed the Ohio border, Pennsylvania. Was listening to some Grateful Dead here through my phone and recording this, and realized when you do that you get no sound, so I'm re-recording it. I'm about an hour out. It's only a 2.5 hour drive, so easy drive to Strongsville. I know a lot of the guys got in last night, but I didn't want to take another vacation day, so heading up this morning. Looking forward to seeing everyone. Saw two guys last week at the Pirate game. I'll see again, but there's a lot of guys I haven't seen since the National, and looking forward to that. I don't know if there's too many guys here that I haven't met before. There may be. I'm not 100% on who all is going. Hope I didn't miss the exit there, but I think I'm okay since I can't see my ways now. So just planning on filming stuff at the show and the get together and the trade night and anything else that's going on. I know there's a cigar bar or place about, I don't know, about 4 miles from where we're staying, so I might hit that. Unfortunately, I'm the only misfit that's going to be there this trip, so I'll be missing you guys and the houses we normally get, and people like Drew and Jake I know aren't going to be up here this time, so unfortunately I won't be seeing any of them. But should be a good time, and looking forward to seeing everyone, and I will add more to this video later. See you guys in a little bit. Hi, Petty.
Get my soul. What's up there, Don?
Look at this clown.
Hello.
Is this live?
Yes.
Oh,
well, no, it's not live, but I'm filming it
Oh, you're filming it?
for a video later.
Mike Petty and Yogi.
And Yogi.
Right.
I'm happy just to get
What
my face in with this guy and
Yeah,
9
we'll
World
get this
Series
guy in closer.
championships.
There we
And
go.
Scott.
Look at these guys. What are you buying here?
I wish I could buy something, but they won't go down a nickel.
I know.
They got no good.
There's a reason why
Penicillin. We're getting
Yeah.
penicillin for
That
things
was
that
fun.
we do
to
Like
later.
watch
penicillin?
all over.
Nice.
Have two. Me too. I'm only 132 cards away. No, I got the rookie cards.
Filming these
So
guys.
the only rookie card I need is Ichiro Suzuki, SP short print. I mean,
Is it hard to find?
well, it's numbered.
Why the hell wouldn't they put a base card?
Did you get anything good?
Did I get anything good?
Yeah.
Oh, I got a sore in my mouth. We shared a drink last night. Not so.
Don't talk about my wife.
Nice
Left the
talking.
card show a little bit. I got John Wade Boggs, Scott. Here. Am I on here? Okay. We're all enjoying a good cigar, watching the Masters. And pretty soon we'll go to the, what are we going to?
It's
The get-together.
YouTube get-together.
Did you get anything good today?
Yeah, picked up a couple of good cards that are on one of my lists, so very productive day.
We're going to wait till the reveal. And Scott, you're going to wait till one of your reveals, I'm sure, to show your big card and story. But it's a good card and a good story.
Yeah.
So and as Scott likes to say, that's all he's got to say about that. So we'll catch up later. Hey everyone, it's Don with Don's Field of Dreams Cards. Just got home from Strongsville about half an hour ago, maybe 45 minutes ago, and had a great time. I think just about everyone had a great time. I don't know how you could not have. You know, anytime you get a bunch of YouTubers together, we all get along, and we were talking about that at breakfast this morning. You know, I couldn't even tell you most of the guys' political views, their religious views. And I think it was James Gillum was saying, you know, we can't even get 10 guys in the neighborhood or even family. When can you get 30 people in your family together and have a blast and no family drama or any of that stuff? It's kind of rare. So it's so cool to get along with everyone. But someone mentioned that one of the first videos they watched of me was sitting outside smoking a cigar, and I haven't done that in a long time. So after my really, really long 2.5 hour drive, I thought, well, let's make a cigar smoking video out here. And I know some guys are still on the road and they're not going to get home until late, so I appreciate you all coming this far to see us. So got in Friday around 2 o'clock, I think. Was in line to go into the show, and then Chris said, hey, I'm going to lunch, Chris from Missouri, with his friends Coop and Tom, who I really should quit saying that because they're basically all our friends now. They've been to enough shows and they've met us all and hung out with us. So I could say our friends from Missouri, and picked up John Wade Boggs fan outside. We all went to lunch, and about 10 or 15 other YouTubers came. So I hadn't even seen the show yet. Then I went back, walked around for a little bit, about half of it, which doesn't take that long to do, but I just wasn't I wasn't going to be buying much, so I figured I've got the rest of Saturday to look at all this. Sunday morning, I'm not, I'm fine if I'm not walking around. So I got Scott Reindeer Studios and John Wade Boggs fan. We found a cigar bar and went out there, had a nice cigar, came back, hit the YouTube get-together, which is really nice. The last 2 YouTube togethers, I was selling cards. I missed out on interacting and hanging out with people, so I didn't do that there. Plus, I knew the trade night was coming the next night, and I'd have the opportunity to do it then, so it was just awesome. Didn't meet a ton of new guys, a couple. There was a lot of guys that I've already met. I think maybe it's getting that way in the community. When you meet so many guys, it's a little different than your first time, when you haven't seen them before. And there's my golden retriever trying to knock my table over. Teddy, move. And so where was I going with that? I guess I'm getting a little long here. Next night was, so Saturday I did spend a good part of the day at the show walking around, hanging out with everyone. And there's a ton of funny stories that happen, and I'm not going to blow anyone's thunder or what they're going to say, because they did involve me, or at least I didn't come up with this stuff. So I let those guys talk about that in their own video. But as always, got some nice gifts. One of the first things that I was gifted was from Ruben Snyder, fellow Pittsburgher. Very nice, shiny, Topps Chrome something or other new card of Stan the Man. And then Mookie Chisholm gave me a card I didn't have. The Cardinals team set, which has Musial in it, I think. That's why he gave it to me. And you can kind of see the pinhole on the back, which he's known for. And he gave me another card, so now I have 358 of these. I'm just busted his balls. But again, I don't have one with the pinhole. But in Mookie's elegant way, he said, well, these were about to go in the garbage. And then I thought, oh, well, maybe Don will like this. If not, I'll just throw them in the garbage. So thank you, Mookie, for giving me all your garbage. So my good friend, Chris from Missouri, gave me this great Stan the Man exhibits. And he's like, you don't have that, right? And I didn't have the heart to tell him that I already did, and I already had it graded. And then I got home and I looked at it, but I knew I didn't have the other one graded. Well, it turns out I did have the other one graded. And the one that Chris gave me, was not graded, and it's kind of dinged up on the bottom. And this is a frickin' 7. This is beautiful. So I'm glad I didn't say anything to him, because I really didn't have it, especially in this condition. I mean, I had it, but I always wanted it slabbed. And I don't know, maybe I'll somehow give this away to someone who really likes exhibits. I know there's a couple Musial guys, so we'll figure that out. And then at the trade night, I actually won something. I won the lottery. And before I tell you who this is, again, Chris and I were sitting there, and this guy came up and he says something like, "It's warm tomorrow." And Chris is like, "No, it's not warm tomorrow. It's going to be pretty cold." He's like, "No, the warm." We're like, again, he's like, "No, it's not going to be warm. It's cold." What the guy was saying was the worm. And as Chris likes to say, some of these good old boys from the South, they talk in cursive. But so I won the worm autograph that was presented by the guys that put on the show as a raffle. So that was pretty cool. I don't normally win things. Then my good buddy Scott, who right before I left for home, I had lunch with him. And yes, guys, there are other restaurants besides the Rail in Strongsville, because I think we ate there constantly. But I've seen him on shows drinking this soda, and I'd never heard of it before. And it's called Sprecher. So he gave me a 6-pack of 3 different flavors. So not carb related, but good for 45 grams of sugar and 200 calories. Sorry for the cut in the video there. Right as I was talking, my wife called in and messed it all up. So there's a little edit there. But what I was about to say, I think I was talking about Scott, and I picked this up from him. And this is one of his new designs for the 1954 Red Heart. So I know there's a couple of you guys, Alex Bowman 53, that love the Red Hearts. So go to Scott's Etsy channel and pick that up. So I did buy two things. And one was from Mike Petty, and he gave me the, well, before I tell you what he did, as Mike likes to say, he can't afford good cards. So y'all might be wondering, I thought you had this set finished, and I did. And I had sold the Killebrew and the Koufax, and I stopped selling them because I was like, man, I can't break this up. And I had bought the Killebrew again a few months ago, and John Wade Boggs fan came over to me at the trade night, and he's like, hey, Petty has this card. So Mike brought it over, and Mike, it's got a blemish here, it's got something on the back, it's not centered, it's trimmed, yada, yada, yada. That's what Mike says about his cards. But this card is actually awesome. And he gave me the YouTuber friend deal. He took quite a bit of money off, and I said, man, at that price, I got to buy it. His exact comments were like, yeah, you do. So, Mike, thank you so much. One of the good dudes in the hobby. I'm sure other people will say some of the generous things he did this weekend, and thanks again, brother. So another YouTuber was helping me out a little bit, Sammy Thunder. There's not a lot of musical stuff out there left for me to get, except for like the really rare, expensive stuff that I can't get. And he told me about this set, and it was actually the larger, I guess it's called Type 1, but this is the Star Cow decals from 1952, and love it. I mean, this is supposed to be darker, but I don't care. Not going to get it graded because I've seen it graded in their like massive slabs, and someone was telling me that it usually only gets authentic when it's in the envelope because they can't see the corners. But I like it in the envelope. That's the way it came. I think it's cool, and I think most people like it like that. And not rare, but you also don't see them all the time, But so was happy to get the guy took, I think $30 off on it for me, so that was cool. But then, Greg and Holly, who Mike Moynihan's kind of brought to everyone's attention, sold some cards to him this afternoon. Probably spent about 2 hours behind his booth because he looked at every card and comps. And he's a super nice guy, as you guys have seen. And he said, I get a lot of support from you guys, but I really don't watch your channels. He's like, I need to start watching you guys more. And he said, you guys do that YouTube get together. He's like, I should get maybe a 77, 78, 79, something like that set. It's worth $300 or $400 and donate it as a prize. So I hope he was serious because I'm holding him to that. That would be really cool. And he does appreciate all the support that we give him. And I know a lot of us have bought cards from him as well as other guys. But, he's been on Mike's channel a few times. I think I know I was on with him once for something. I'm assuming it was probably Mike's. But he's, some of these dealers are almost part of the YouTube community, just that they come to the trade nights, they come to the YouTube get-togethers. They know we have channels. I know a lot of them appreciated everything Chris did to get a lot of us there. I mean, that's just more eyes on their cards, purchasing stuff. So again, I'll miss everyone like I always do. And since I'm not going to the National, it might be a whole year before I see these guys again. The next show in Strongsville, so that kind of sucks. But had a great time. Roomed with Mike Moynihan for one night because he went a night earlier than I did and left a day earlier than I did. But got to hang out with him a little bit. So many other guys I hung out with. I'm not going to mention all the names because I'll obviously forget someone, and not that I think anyone cares because we all know who we saw, but just enjoyed it. And you know, to a lot of us, we've been talking like this is kind of the new national for us. The only thing I really missed from the national, to be honest, was I love getting together with all my friends in an Airbnb that we don't do there. But other than that, the camaraderie, the fellowship, can't speak sometimes, and just, as you all know, I'm kind of babbling here, but just hanging out with some cool dudes. So as always, guys, thanks for watching my video, and I'll talk to you soon.